Happy Sunday stream. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Hi, hello, and welcome on in. We've got a fun one today. It has been some time since we last did a Star Rail stream. By some time, I mean going back all the way to 3.4 story because we did like a short, like 30 to 40 minute Cypher stream to react to her trailer. That one doesn't count. That was just like a single trailer. But yeah, this channel has been all focused on Zenless for I want to say the past month, and even before 3.3, sorry, not 3.4, 3.3, even before we did a 3.3 story, my mind was on Zenless. So really, I've been like focused on Zenless for an extensive period of time now, pretty much ever since we started day one of like getting on the game seriously. But regardless of that, let me make something absolutely clear. Star Rail will always first and foremost, it'll always be my go-to gacha game. This is one of my favorite games of all time, let alone favorite gacha games of all time. I would absolutely put it in my top 10. I've put it in my top 10 before. I don't know where it is. I think it's like 5 or 6 or 7 around that mid range within the top 10. But I mean, it goes way beyond just a normal just enjoyment of a gacha game. It's a game that has affected my life positively in a way that I can't describe. It is allowed me to basically form new experiences and share new experiences with friends, with some of my best friends, and I've had some incredible highs and I've some incredible lows as well with the 50/50s. And just overall, it's just a game that is so suited to me. It's sci-fi. That's my favorite genre. The character designs, the music, the storytelling, the lore. I mean, just everything about the game really speaks to me. And so, having said all that, what I'm trying to say is I am so excited for 3.4. Like, genuinely, 3.3 was the best the Star Rail story has been, in my opinion, in over 10 story patches. I think 3.3 was the best story patch since Pentacone 2.2. And some people say it's the best in the game. And honestly, hard to argue there. I prefer 2.2 still personally because I have a very inherent bias towards Pentacone. But Amphorius has been pretty solid, pretty consistently good for the majority of what we have played so far. And 3.3 was the peak of it. It took everything it was building and just culminated it into this amazing climax. And 3.4 is going to continue from said climax because we are not done, which is crazy to say, right? We are on 3.4, right? By this point in Pentacone, we were going back to the Cienjo, right? We had already finished Pentacone. There was no more Pentacone, right? In 2.0, we were going back to the Cienjo in 2.4. And in 3.4, we are basically just halfway through the Amphoria story. So, really exciting stuff, man. And that's what we're here for. We're going to react to the 3.4 live stream. It came out on Friday. Like I said, I will never ever react. I will never ever stream on Fridays unless like something comes up. And Saturday had some plans. Some plans were canceled, but then I was like, you know what? I just wasn't there. I wasn't really like wanting to stream yesterday. But because of that, I had the energy to stream today because I didn't really go out too much yesterday as I anticipated. So before I go to my plans later today, because today I do have plans, I figured we'd get in the 3.4 stream because I want to react to it as quickly as possible because number one, I'm excited. I want to see the trailer. I want to see everything that's going on. And number two, I don't want to get spoiled because if you don't react to things as quickly as possible in today's gacha, like I guess ecosystem, you will get spoiled within I want to say 3 to 4 days, sometimes even sooner. Because like I've gotten spoiled on something already, but part of it was just me allowing the spoiler to happen. So I guess I can talk to it about now. So that's housekeeping item number one. I had before we watched the live stream, I did get spoiled on something already, and it was purely voluntary. I know what Firefly's skin looks like. sorry. I wish I could react to to it live, but I have been excited for the skin for a long time now. And as soon as I heard that the skin was shown in the trailer, not the trailer, the live stream, I knew that I had to take a look. And I'll be perfectly honest. I've talked about leaks before. We've already we've watched the leaks on this streaming channel only once. So I keep up with leaks, and I had a general idea of what the skin looked like even before it was officially announced on the live stream. So that's housekeeping item number one. Housekeeping item number two. So the next stream is actually likely going to be a Wednesday, because of the fact that Jufufu is coming out in Zenless, and I think that's what we're going to be waiting for to stream again. There's a chance we stream Monday or Tuesday, so tomorrow or the day after, but something tells me that's not going to happen. Mondays are usually days for where I like to stream something more casual, and well, who knows? Maybe we'll stream tomorrow. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I don't really have in my mind mentally to stream tomorrow or Tuesday, so likely it's not going to happen. So Wednesday, we'll probably be back with the next stream. It's going to be another exciting one. We're going to summon for Jufufu. She's coming out in Zenless, and we'll be able to obviously finally form Yi Xuan's best team. Yi Xuan, Jufufu, and Pan Yinhu. I haven't decided if I want to level Pan Yinhu yet, but odds are that I will. So that's going to be exciting. You can expect that Wednesday. I don't think there's going to be another stream before now and then, so just keep that in mind. And I think that's about it after the stream on Wednesday. So housekeeping item number three. I think we will get in a couple of streams, a couple more Zenless streams before Honkai Star Rail 3.4 comes out the following week. So not this upcoming week, but the week after. So we'll do 2 or 3 depending on how good I'm feeling, and we'll continue doing what we have been doing, which is just progressing through the story. We're now getting to the point to I think we're on the Sons of Kaladin, right? Like that's going to be the next part of the story, which is pretty exciting. I didn't think we'd get this far, to be honest, because knowing how slowly I go through these games, I thought we would be like still on 1.0. Um, even though, but I wanted to get all the way caught up to Zenless 2.0, like when the one that's out currently before 3.4 Star Rail came out. But even though I think I even said it on stream once, even though I said it on stream, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was like, "There's no way we're getting to Zenless 2.0 before 3.4 comes out in Star Rail. That's not happening." So yeah, but we're gonna continue after Wednesday's summoning session with Jufufu. I think we'll probably get in 2 streams before 3.4 comes out. When 3.4 comes out, we will be doing it almost immediately. So I realized with 3.3 that I really prefer doing the story as quickly as possible. It's something that I used to do back when Penacony was coming out because I wanted to play it as quickly as possible. But when the Cianjo stuff came out and the stuff in later versions of 2.0 came out and then 3.3 came out as well, I started to slack a little bit. I started playing the story like 2 or 3 weeks after it came out simply because the schedule was busy, right? But I think I realized with 3.3 that the sooner I play the story, number one, the less likely I will be spoiled. But also number two, the more I get to interact with the community, when it happens, I get to, watch other people's reactions. I get to be excited. There's this energy that's in the air, that's in the community when a version goes live. And if you do the story quickly, you get to go and interact with all of the other people who did the story quickly. And it's the energy is fresh, is what I'm trying to say. If I do the story 2 to 3 weeks later, sure, I can go back and I can watch all the reactions and I can look at all the Twitter, Reddit posts, etc. But it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. So that's housekeeping item number three. 3.4 we'll be doing pretty much as soon as it comes out. So you can expect a stream at Tuesday night or the Wednesday after. But yeah, that's about it. No more stalling. I think we're going to go ahead and jump into the live stream. We've got about an hour of it, which is pretty nice. A bit on the longer end, right? Because the past couple have been just underneath an hour, like 40 minutes. All right. You know what? Let's just bring it up on the same window that I have my streaming tabs open. You guys don't really care about that, do you? Yeah, it's over, just barely over an hour. An hour and 8 seconds. All right. And the overlay. Program starts in 10 seconds. And also, let's lower the volume so I don't blow my ears out and your ears out as well. 20 is usually pretty good for us. Okay, so what do I want? I want to see Phainon. I want to see Sunday. I want the Astral Express to come in. I don't think they're going to show the Astral Express in this trailer. I don't. But if they do show them in the trailer, please show Sunday. I want Himiko, Welt, and Sunday to be in Amphorius. I was saying that in 3.1 and 3.2 as well. So, but yeah, I want to see Phainon. Obviously, I want to see the name is escaping me. Why is it Cyrene? I want to see what happened to Dan Hung. Right, he was supposedly fighting the Flame Reaver, so I want to see what happened to him. And I would also like to see what happened to the Trailblazer, because the Trailblazer wasn't with Phainon at the end of 3.3. So basically, I want to see all the main characters. Like sometimes I say, like I want to see like the side characters. Like no, this time I want to see the main characters. I'm excited to see Firefly Skin. You know, I wonder if they did like a trailer for her or something, like a little short video. And then obviously we'll be able to take a look at the Fate collab, which I am very, very excited for as well. I love Fate. I've watched Fate Zero, Fate Unlimited Blade Works, and the original Fate Stay Night. I haven't really watched anything beyond that besides Fate. Is it Apocalyptia? The one where Joan d'Arc was, you know, the main character. So obviously well versed within the Fate lore, and getting Archer and Saber in Star Rail is so cool. Like I still can't wrap my head around it. So yeah, Firefly Skin, Fate collab, main characters in Amphorius. Hopefully they show the actual Express members that are not in Amphorius. Should be exciting stuff. Let's jump into it. Ooh, that's a bit loud. Let's do 15. Ooh. Wait, whoa, hold on. Sorry. Loading system. Is this like Amphorius related, or is this the live stream room? Oh no, this is just a live stream. Okay. Interesting. So we're in Japanese. We're in Japanese, but I'm on the Star Rail. I'm on the Star Rail. Yeah, what the hell? Did they do a trailer that was in English? Okay, I can't actually. I just realized. Thankfully I'm scrolling through quickly enough to where. But yeah, this is the Star Rail English channel. Okay, so I guess because of the voice acting strike, I guess they decided to do the trailer in Japanese. Sorry, let's start over. Oh. Oh wait, are we going to? Oh my god, what a shot that was! Yo, we're going to ID's Elysium. Oh, what is this? Fucking OST. Oh, there he is. Oh, here we go. Oh, there she is in all her glory. God, I still can't believe how good her model looks. Hers and Archer's. But also, I guess the reason they did the trailer in Japanese is because obviously the fake characters are much better known in Japanese. Oh, the little flip that he does. Aventurine? Lygus? Woo! Wait, is this at the end of the... Oh, Lancer? Wait, he's in the game? Robin? I guess this is more fake collapse. Oh, that was so cool. What is that? Wait, what? Oh, we're gonna have to go through. Oh, I'm speechless. Oh my god. We're gonna have to go through and watch that again. I forgot about the redemption codes again. Man, I need to remember, because usually, obviously, in the past, I would react to the live streams when they came out, and I would just do the redemption codes the day of. But now, I almost never do the reaction. I almost never react to the live stream on Friday, because I would want to stream it, and I don't want to stream on Fridays. So I always miss him now, unfortunately. Wow, what a trailer! Holy shit! We're gonna have to go through and frame by frame later and kind of take a look at exactly what they were showing us. I didn't think there would be so much story behind the fake collab and like the Grail War. Like we saw Robin, we saw Venturine. I wonder if we're gonna see like Akron, Black Swan, and Firefly, because like those are some major characters in Penacony. It'd be really sad if like Sunday was involved in a story, but he wasn't like really involved. He's not really involved in the main events. He's like operating behind the scenes. Yeah, why are they doing it like this? Is this like a foreshadowing the fact that Penacony is a simulation?
Hey,
the face.
Mr. Albert?
Hi, Phainon.
Albert.
Anaxa, Chu, good to hear your voice again.
Have a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die. Special program.
What a crazy version title, dude.
Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Phainon. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see
I
you
think
again.
recently we did miss you, man. I think recently in like 3.2 and 3.3, the pronunciation was closer to Phainon than Phainon. So I might start pronouncing it as Phainon going forward. Let's see if I can rewire my brain to do so.
Burning sky and the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Phainon, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
Yeah, but
in the trailer just now,
yeah,
it seems like Phainon is gonna go through a lot.
Oh
I
yes,
saw things
including
that looked
the
like
Flame Reaver.
flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself.
Yeah, kind of ballsy for them to reveal Phainon's form,
Is not as simple as it seems.
this crazy form,
Indeed.
you know,
For
before
example,
any of the
when
player
we went to
base
fight Aquila, we
gets to play the
noticed that
story.
Eye of Twilight
Because this is a
seemed
pretty significant like story
unusually
development,
high-tech.
right?
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Yep.
Why don't we take a look back at
Because
our whole
Amphoreus is a
journey so far,
simulation.
Amphoreus,
Well, we don't know,
and lay
but
out our
we're
suspicions
pretty
of
sure
who
that we
we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoreus' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It
correct.
has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it?
Also correct.
Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
Breeding ground.
In addition,
Interesting
that
choice of
Tin
words. Also, what the
Ligus
hell's my hair
is
doing?
also pretty suspicious.
Yes.
He and Phainon
He-
had a pretty significant conversation in the vortex of Genesis.
Oh yes, they did, and something
Actually,
happened to
I
him in
was
that
already
trailer.
Suspicious of him when he said he could fix the express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well,
But yeah,
the
he's
man's
always
coming
been
on
sus from
now.
the start.
Based on my interactions with him, Ligus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, He only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine
Oh,
this
really?
information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphorius is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygus is one of them.
Oh, you're
Sure.
exactly right. If the
As
situation in the
chessboard
cosmos is like
simulation.
chess, then Amphorius is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's era nova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorius. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Phainon and go home.
Well said.
Well, see, there's an
Trailblazers
issue with
won't
that.
betray
Don
the
Hong is
fate
currently
you showed them.
combating Flame Reaver,
However,
I
their fate
think.
will still be
'cause he showed up
tied
at
to
the
that Amphorius.
Vortex of
They'll
Genesis
return
there
to
at the end.
battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Phainon. That Phainon we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Yeah,
Maybe
that too.
Phainon isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh,
Oh,
that could be a thing.
I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as
Yeah.
I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphorius' true nature.
before,
Um,
as I've written, was like a storybook.
yes.
A record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
Yeah, it's less
It
like a
looks
book,
it's
more
turned
like a
into some
database.
kind of database.
But
You can
There-
use this system
Thank you,
to unlock
Anaxa.
even more of Amphorius' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced,
Oh,
is
what?
finally going live in version 3.4.
Really?
Story dialogue can now be skipped by
Well, that
sections,
doesn't really
plot
matter to
summaries,
me at all,
and
'cause
the
I
main
will be-
characters that appeared in each
I
section
actively search
later
for more
along the way.
dialogue.
Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In
But
version
very nice to
3.6,
have.
there
Very
also
nice to
be
have.
A story recap function. Stay tuned.
Okay.
But of course, as we move
Okay, so
into
they're not
version
gonna show
3.4,
anything
we shall
of it
take
yet.
The final step of the prophecy together.
Didn't we already
Witness
have
the truth and the
a
fate of
story
this
recap
world,
in Star
and the
Rail?
myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview.
Nanook?
Finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now.
He does really
We'll
have.
be releasing an animated short.
Okay, of course they
This
were.
animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss
Very
it.
cool.
Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Phainon and take a look at his story together.
I wonder if the animated short is going to be like Castor's one, where it's embedded within the story of 3.4. If it is, I think I'd prefer to wait for that. But we'll see. Look at this man. This absolute king of a Chad. There. Oh my god. These animations are fucking crazy, dude. As you guys know, the reason I'm not screaming and shouting at the moment is because I've already seen these. We reacted to the leaks on stream when we finished 3.3.
What in the world happened to Phainon to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know.
Not
Now
particularly.
he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Phainon was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking,
Kind of the only
always
one.
had our backs.
But behind that
Well,
kindness
trivia,
and
I guess,
reliability,
to a certain extent.
Phainon carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Phainon to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes
Girl
for
boss.
him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Phainon like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Still really pretty.
Ooh,
Very
sounds
nice
like a real
to see
peaceful place.
after
It
everything
was.
else in Amphorius.
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers.
Almost looks like a
mountains,
Genshin
and even a
world.
forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of
Yeah,
that
he-
deliverance crisis stuff?
As he was reminiscing there, you can tell like everything is very
The wheat fields look
vivid in
gorgeous
his mind
too.
still. Like, it just goes to
Yes,
show how much he
surrounded by
cared about
golden
Ides
waves of
Elysiae.
light, with the breeze carrying that sweet
And it is
motion.
gorgeous. I mean, look at
Oh,
this.
just
Like
the
I said, it
thought
looks
of
more
it
like
is
a
enough to get
Genshin
me
world than a
excited.
Star Rail world.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Phainon's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
Yeah, very cool.
From a
It might be like a
carefree little
flashback,
kid
or it
to
could
the
just be
deliverer,
like the
carrying
Trailblazer going back in
everyone's
time.
hopes.
Who knows?
You've really come a long way.
These days, Phainon just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted. just
That's a
to
good way to
live up
describe
everyone's
it.
Expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Phainon's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphorius are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Phainon make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then let's let
Yeah,
everyone
given what we're
experience it
seeing
all
in our
now
screen,
for
Phainon,
version 3.4.
you are
Now
ready,
let's take a look
but
at how
perhaps
Phainon
not
forms
for
in
something
battle.
that you were not
You
expecting.
got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated
Sunday,
enemy
Bronya,
adjacent
and Gallagher.
targets.
Interesting.
The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
No.
Not at all. Phainon can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Phainon will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Phainon powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat.
God,
and take action while he faces the enemy head on.
God, look at him. I mean, what is this, man? How are they gonna top this?
Way too
How are they gonna top this?
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Phainon's teammates still stay active to provide him with much needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation. Each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I
Soul
retaliate,
Scorch.
dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger
The
that
stronger,
counter
yeah.
attack hits.
Using these
His kit's really
abilities also
interesting.
grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also
God,
slam all
okay.
enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Phainon will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory.
And then
Phainon's
the zero
technique is
cycle.
pretty unique
Or
too. Upon casting it, Phainon instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies?
so the range isn't that far,
Of course, power.
but it's still
comes
really
with cost.
useful because if you didn't have Akron,
Consumes 2 technique
right?
points.
Here's the other.
If the technique misses,
other
it won't
character that
cost
can do this.
any points. Plus, when Phainon's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
That is nice.
My
I like
technique
that a
to
lot.
enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
All right.
In other
Now
words,
we've
he's
wrapped
an
up Phainon's
amazing
combat
once.
abilities, it's
He's
time to bring
amazing
you some
at
updates
one
on
cycling
the view from
if he's
Laser
well
Base.
built enough,
In
and
version
potentially also a very good
3.4,
zero cycler.
Silverwolf,
if you-
Blade,
depending on your vertical
Honkai,
investment.
and Jing Liu are all getting some serious enhancements.
Hell yeah!
Let's go!
Yeah, let's go!
Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of
Ah.
just one.
Thank God.
So it's AoE now, not single
Yes.
target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that,
Akron,
Silverwolf will regenerate
Silverwolf,
extra
Cypher, and
energy at the
Aventry.
start of
Interesting.
combat and the
So this is
beginning
they're
of
basically
the
saying
turn.
this is what you should run for Akron.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply.
Jiao Cho
the weakness
subreddit
we
starts
actually
crying.
want.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, basically she is just Nihility Harmony
Now
now.
for Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups.
Basically, it's just a good
Ultimate
DPS
more
now.
often.
And he already was
Its
becoming a
total
good
damage
DPS
output's
again
gonna
with
spike.
all the HP scaling meta right now.
A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate
HP
loses
scaling meta.
HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends out of lines will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits.
Yep.
making sure everything
Thank God.
stays in sync.
They need to do
What
this
if someone wants
for
to stick with their previous version of
for the
release?
light cones as
That
well.
won't be a problem.
Because for example,
You can
Kafka's
switch
light
between our
cone now
friends'
is
ability
not her
modes
best in
freely,
slot.
so choose whichever
It's
version
pretty
you like
funny.
best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
I hope they do so in the future. Because imagine if you pulled Kafka's light cone back then and all of a sudden it's not best in slot. It's still really good, but not best in slot. I think for Kafka it's Cypher's light cone.
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit,
Yeah.
Spring Missive, is making its debut.
Shelby,
Ah,
A new
look
outfit.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
look at her. She's so cute. Okay. So not
With her
anything too
school
crazy.
uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss
Yeah, this
Kafka
looks like
does have
something
an awesome
Kafka would put
style.
together for her.
They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech,
Wouldn't put it past her.
I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit.
Yes, I would too.
Theme, new colors.
I'll talk about the
Oh,
skin
look
later
at
because I
these
have my
assistants.
opinion on it. But
You'll be
we'll
able
go
to
back
grab
through the
Firefly
live stream
Dealer
once it's
from the
over and
contract shop
we'll
using your
discuss.
direct shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4,
Tingyun, March, and Yukong. Okay. So basically, the two 4-star support set would work with him.
The limited 5-star light cone, thus burns the dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light
Mhm.
cone for the Path of Remembrance.
Thank God,
Story's next page
because we
being
need
added
more.
To the first half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event.
Man, I'm not gonna be able to get all the characters we need.
Sunday and Sparkle
Thank God I have Sunday already at least.
5-star light cones, if time were a flower, a grounded ascent. And
But yeah,
Earth
Tribby,
Next Episode
Phainon,
will
Saber,
return as
and
well.
Archer.
In the second half of version
God
3.4,
damn.
we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star
Links. Okay, so they just picked
Firefly,
random
Juju,
4 stars.
And Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Where about your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
I'm surprised they did Blade here because you can get it from standard. I would have maybe thought they would have done Firefly, Kafka, Silverwolf.
Here's a little sneak peek.
Okay.
Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5.
Okay, there we go.
Limited 5-star light cones, patience is all you need, and incessant rain will rerun as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Also,
It's interesting the fact that they were announcing characters in 3.5 so far in advance.
In version 3.4.
I want to talk about something here as well.
Familiar faces on the light cone.
Yes, and one
There are a few
particular
new
familiar
versions of
face that we are
Crisis
not
Airs.
saying, which actually kind of
Looks
bothers me a little bit.
Phainon really does
But it's
enjoy
okay.
spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's
But yeah, I have to
madness.
summon so
Can't
many
beat that
fucking
level of
5 stars.
comfort.
And on top of that,
Sure.
I'm probably gonna want to get Phainon's light cone. We'll
Version
see.
4, version 3.4.
And then I want to get the characters in 3.5 as well. I'm gonna be broke. I can't be forgetting my my redemption codes like I have been. But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about the Firefly skin after the live stream is over. Many of y'all who have watched me for a while know Firefly is not just my favorite Star Rail character. She's one of my favorite video game characters of all time. So keep that in mind. Lots of inherent bias here. But I have my own perspective on the skin. It's a bit nuanced. Well, actually, not that nuanced. You guys might be surprised by my opinion on it. But like I said, I don't want to discuss it now. We'll discuss it after the live stream is over. There's a lot of really cool stuff that is in the live stream that I would like to pay attention to first. So be patient. But yeah, I mean, so many things. If I'm gonna go off priority, it's Phainon, Saber, Tribby, Archer, because Archer we get for free. So yeah, those are priority. Phainon, Saber, because I have to have them. Then Tribby, ideally would love to get her.
Welcome back.
Then Saber.
Let's take a look at the event.
Hey,
This
really?
version.
This is coming back?
Good news comes from Panacone. At the
Very
other
cool.
end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Is that the Cute Match 3 game?
That's right. The International Peace Corporation.
I really like
officially
this
sponsored
this
Origami
event.
Bird
I thought it was
Clash.
really fun.
Hopes to promote this arcade game
The recent
for
event was also
majority
really
of
fun as well. The
labor
one where
throughout the
you
whole
basically play
cosmos.
Temple Run.
And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course.
Sure.
This time, the two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more
Interesting.
fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be
Oh,
lots
okay.
of new items that can help
Like-
you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more
Okay.
powerful.
As long as you
So
pick
yeah,
the
they're
item
adding
at the right
basically
time, you can
curios
turn the
to
tide and
the
deliver
minigame.
a powerful blow to your
They really do love doing that, right?
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
Hello.
That's right. Trailblazers
Good to
can
see you
still
two
battle
again.
against many old friends in this event.
I do
And
miss
in
Hippo
addition to
Hill and
participating
Argentina a
in
lot.
story
They're just
telling,
such a breath of fresh air
Trailblazers can
in what is
also do
usually a pretty
open
serious
challenges with
game.
friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're
Okay.
done slamming seals.
Why
Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
why not have both though?
All right.
Because they're both fun.
Continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey
Yes.
returns as
Thank God.
usual as version 3.4.
If you could like double or triple or quadruple this, I'd appreciate
The
it.
Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return.
As
Complete
expected.
the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online.
I wonder who this is
You can
for.
obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters.
You know what?
upon
I'll talk
completing the
about this
challenge.
character at the end of
At
the
the
live
same
stream as
time,
well, because I
the
also
planar ornaments, Arcadia
know,
of Woven Dreams,
yeah,
and
that's all I will
Revelry
say.
by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
What is with that's an
Read my
amazing
collapse.
that's amazing relic or planar orbit.
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest
Oh.
Spotlight exhibition will begin in July.
Yes, this will be
year's
fun.
Event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events
Hopefully
will be
we get a lot
held
of
in 4
Firefly.
cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
Interesting.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also
Hey.
be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements.
I
See you
wonder
at
how
Anime
many
Expo.
of the Trash Taste boys still play the game.
Let me see.
Seriously, I think probably only
Almost out of
Giga.
time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
Almost out of
You seem
time.
mighty
Oh
busy,
wow, that was
Albert.
quick.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Oh, he's getting summoned. This is the fate
What's
circle.
going on? It's not my time yet.
Bye, Albert. Oh, wait, this is so cool. They changed. Please let me hear their voices. Camden, Andrew.
Live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fates Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Hell yeah.
Long time no see, everyone.
Yes, it has.
I'm Aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Oh, it's so good to hear your voice.
Howdy, Galaxy
And you
Rangers
too.
Boot Hill, at your service.
God, I miss them so much. I miss all the Penacony characters so much.
Albert have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be speaker?
Son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises.
Mhm.
Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Wow. Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War.
I wonder where
in
this-
the Sweet Dream.
That's right.
Indeed.
But
I wonder where this
I have
sits in the
no idea
timeline.
where old Odie got his Holy
'Cause
Grail.
right now we are
Let
trapped
me
in
give a brief
forest.
explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail...
And let us clarify, it is brutal.
Gum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey,
So it sounds like this
the
is like going
Pentagon
back
prides
in timeline.
itself
It sounds
on
like this
being
is
a
right
holiday
after the
resort.
Charmony Festival.
How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably was
Yeah, just a tiny one.
The family's definitely going to
It's all
want to
good.
find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick.
I assume that these two
As
are
we all
2 of the
know,
7
People
participants.
die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate. So if
Thanks.
someone gets caught
Thanks,
in
Boot Hill.
crossfire,
Thanks, Starail.
Good, everyone. The Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder
Duh.
of Penacony Superstar, the Soul Glad
I assume Saber will be our- our servant.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Also makes
Well, as
sense.
another Penaconian shareholder, the Interastral
Okay.
Peace Corporation's
Good choices so far.
investment department sent me
3.
as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will
4.
also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering.
Yeah, aren't you
why is a
wanted?
criminal wanted by the IPC
Wait, I was gonna say
participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he had no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux region.
Also, okay,
Well,
here.
apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Silver Wolf.
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon
Oh.
and participate in this Holy
So
Grail
it's
War.
those 4, and then Saber, Archer,
They
and
are
Lancer, which I'm still. Yeah.
Archer and Lancer.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why is he not playable?
I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention.
So they're gonna be.
We're gonna get tons of views.
They're gonna be playing as
That's why you
masters and
pay
not
big
servants.
bucks to
Interesting.
Get the big names. as to what stories will unfold in this sweet dreams.
Ooh,
of the
that's
Holy
amazing
Grail
art.
War
Holy shit.
And who will forge a contract with who?
Wow, I
Well,
really
listeners
like that
will have to
art.
find out in the game. Here's a reminder.
So
that the
who
Honkai
will the
Star Rail
servants
and
be
Wednesday
then?
night
Maybe just other
Unleashed
characters
Saber's
in
collaborations
Star
from
Rail?
continuance.
'Cause I'd
Sweet
love to get
Dreams and the
Firefly.
Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So
July
keep an
11th?
eye out for it.
Okay, so like
Ah.
that doesn't seem like
Let's
it'll
learn
be
more
like
about
right
Saber
as that
and
version
Archer,
starts.
Our two heroic spirits from another world.
Oh, yes!
yeah. Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in
Mhm.
Penacony.
Oh,
This is the planet of
they did such a
festivities
good
after
job
all.
with their
Gotta
designs.
dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Knight's new outfit was
Oh,
personally designed
no
by Mr.
English
Takashi
voice artist. I just
Takeuchi,
realized.
who retains their iconic blue and white colors.
But I
And
thought
her iconic ahoge.
that
That's
she
right.
did have
It
an
retains
English
the nobility
version of
a
her old.
king, and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion.
Mhm.
As for how she looks in the game,
I wonder if
well,
she'll ever be referred to as Art. Oh, she looks really good. I wonder if they'll ever refer to her as Artoria or Art Altria. Artoria by far being the best one. I know they're trying to like sell the Altria like official name. It's not working. Oh, it sounds. I think they abandoned the English version for some reason because they're using Japanese here.
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come
Mhm.
the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
Mhm.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld.
I wonder if they
Saber
chose
gains
wind
combat
because
buffs
the
and
fact
also
like
more core resonances after
her
entering
sword
battle.
is
When
almost
she
like a
uses
little
her
bit
basic
ghostly.
attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
She uses her skill.
Again,
Saber will deal
Sunday.
damage to one designated enemy
Sunday's on
and
every
hits
team at this
targets.
point, man.
If Saber
Ah.
has core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold. the
Yeah,
King
it's
of
basically
Knights spell
ER the team.
Visible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy.
Also, yeah, that could be
With her
another
ultimate,
reason why
Saber will
she
deal
was
damage to
made
all
wind.
enemies and turn her basic attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So
I actually
replenish
forgot.
core
I
resonance in as
didn't
many ways
realize
as
that about her
possible,
kit, or
you can
forgot
use
that about her,
Excalibur more
about that
frequently.
aspect of her kit.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction.
Very
Now
cool,
move
and
on
I'm
to
really
our
excited
next
for
of
her.
the
I
world's
wonder
heroic
if the
beings,
fact that they're not showing.
Archer.
Okay, so he also doesn't have an
Seems
English
like Archer
artist.
cares about this Holy Grail War very much. He put on new
Maybe they
outfit,
just
too.
abandoned the English entirely. It'd be really funny if like you're playing through in English and everyone else is speaking in English, and then they start speaking and it's
Sharp
Japanese.
eyes you got here, guess. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi.
Also very
It
good.
has the classic red and black look, the sharp contrasts reminiscent of a blazing
I still can't believe this is
fire in the deep
real.
night,
Like,
imbued with a dangerous
I
allure.
never thought
The
Star Rail would
combination of
collab
the long
with something
trench coat
else,
with
because like after the
steel-tight
Genshin
combat
collab
gear
with Horizon,
emphasizes his lean
I was
figure
like, okay,
and
they're
the
probably never gonna do
evocation
another
of
one because
attractiveness
it wasn't that
and
successful.
strength.
But the
Nice,
fact
got
that
that
Star
right.
Rail got a
Director,
collab,
show
but
us
with
the gameplay
Fate
already.
is crazy. Like, thank God it was Fate. Like, I would have been so sad if they decided to collab with, like, I don't know, to continue with the theme, like The Last of Us. Maybe like God of War, if they're gonna continue like the Horizon Zero Dawn. Ugh. Honestly, if they did abandon the English entirely, I'm not that upset because their Japanese is just so
that's
iconic.
Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
If I could play in English but still hear their
My
Japanese
sword.
voice, that would be ideal. That would be
That
ideal.
sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well, then let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
He's also pretty interesting.
Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Sparkle mains
The more
rejoice.
times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a
I think it's a
dual
really
fighter
well-designed
can't use
kit.
The noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's.
I think for a hunt character in the current Blast / AoE meta,
Collab events
yes.
on July
Also,
11th
if you guys didn't know
until
though,
the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
really nice because I do think he's gonna end up being pretty damn
Every
good.
adventure that the Trailblazers
And
embark
for
on,
players who are
open
just
the
getting into
dark
Star Rail,
clouds and become
getting
a
him for
solid
free, I think
rock.
is pretty insane,
We also
right?
hope that your encounter
Because a lot of players are going to be coming in to summon for Phainon and to summon for the fake lab characters. So this is a really nice boost to your account. I think this is a way better boost to your account than what Ratio was. Wait, what did I say?
Wonderful memories in the days to come. Best Universe will bring you all wonderful memories.
Okay, we're just
in the
excited.
days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Yep.
Actually, there's even more.
And yep.
Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free.
Oh,
Which I'm excited to see who that ends up being.
For eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
So I actually did not know that. Yeah, I was reading that early. And I was like, okay, that doesn't matter too much to me because I have a lot of resources.
All right, now let's
But
just
getting him to
jump
level
into
60 for
details.
free is kind of
Once
nice.
the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively.
Hell yeah.
The Light Cone collaboration warp. Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn.
That's a cool Lycone art. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna summon for it, but it's
Pity
cool.
counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners. but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Ah, okay.
So basically,
Worth
just with
mentioning
it,
here
the
that
collab
character
summons.
and Lycone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Yes,
Does long term
I
mean
heard that
even
on
after
Twitter as well.
versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the
Wait,
limited
what?
Star Lycones?
Past 3.4?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Wow, really? Oh, I thought it was just gonna last all of 3.4. Wait, that's actually really cool.
Throughout the entire
Oh, that is
duration of
really
version
nice.
3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts.
Wait, no way.
When Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain.
Well, 200 is a lot, but that is really nice.
Hell, where ideals burn.
Throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Phainon or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's
Oh,
correct.
what? That is super nice.
And now, as the collab
Basically
kicks off,
free
the
Archer
Phainon,
Lycone, right?
Saber,
Because,
and
I mean,
Archer
everyone's
have
gonna
some
sell
things they'd like to say to all of us.
for 200 for Phainon and Saber, right?
Back to hear their special
200 is a lot, though. Wait, that is actually really cool. So not only are they gonna be around for a while, right? So you can have a lot of time to save up, you know. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Let's start.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役のカズメヤコです。
Oh, this is really
今回
cool.
スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。
Well, congratulations
こ
to
の
you.
2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は、厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどう
Yeah, it looks like they're completely leaning into Japanese only, which honestly, I'm really excited for that. It makes sense too, because they're from a different world. It would make sense that they speak a different
あなた
language.
だけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
I wish. Hope so.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。
That's for sure.
崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う
Oh, congratulations to you too.
本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように最低
I mean, this is such a cool opportunity for them as a voice actor, right? I mean, this is really, really cool.
収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、
Yes.
気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ、
I really hope these two voice actors, I think it was Junichi and Kawasumi. Did I remember that correctly? I'll go back and check later.
とんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Of course, the iconic lines.
All right. Big thanks to our voice actors.
I wonder if the voice actors will like stream or like participate in summoning for their characters.
Blade Works collab about to launch. We want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Natsu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages.
Yeah, this is
to the final implementation.
This is freaking awesome. From the moment it was announced to now seeing this come into fruition, like I never thought we would ever get a collab in another Hoyoverse game ever again, let alone
Honestly, it's
Fate.
only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy.
In order to showcase
Well, damn,
the
Aventry.
war from multiple angles and levels, The organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate's Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze.
Is this a story event or is this like
The
just a
Trailblazer
separate event?
met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that
Red-haired
iconic
Lancer, so
Ah,
Argenti.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless. beauty of
What
them
perfect
all.
timing.
Ah, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
line. You got it. After the sweet dreams in the
Yeah, 300K, it wasn't bad.
The genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail
Oh, they
Control
have
System is made
titles.
of
They've got like the
fast riders through
roles.
the
Really
user's
cool.
memories.
I see he's
Fate's
Lancer.
Stay Night. Trailblazers will face
Background's
off against
Assassin.
many
Kafka's
familiar and
Caster,
old
that's
friends.
interesting.
An intense one.
Caster is Rider, obviously.
V1,
Berserker.
V1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart
Simple
way to
enough.
beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important.
More
in this
roguelike
Holy
elements,
Grail
but these seem
war,
like
huh?
unique roguelike elements that they
Absolutely.
haven't introduced
That's
before.
not all. Trailblazers can
There we
also
go.
acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers
Oh,
will have
that's
the chance
cool.
to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
Venture said that so like so much concern.
Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level,
Okay, this is really
the
cool.
more
They
burn
clearly
your
put a lot
way.
of effort into this.
Heads up, raising
I think this is
corruption
gonna be
level
fun.
Also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate's Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is
Very
toned
cool.
down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Unite Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Dreams and the Holy Grail.
Yep,
and
that's-
the event, Fate's Stay Night.
Okay, so they're separate. Okay, good to know. That's what I was wondering. It sounded like they were separate, but I wasn't entirely sure.
So Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much
yes.
content.
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests.
Ah, so cool.
That
Especially that
Fate
reveal
Collecting.
that I wasn't
Presenter,
completely unaware
Your
of.
mission is
I
complete.
heard on Twitter, it was like something else that I got
It's
spoiled
all
on,
part
that
of the job.
Archer and Saber's
Anything for the
banners were going to be
Trailblazers.
long form, like,
Trailblazers
but I thought that meant
on
all of
advances.
3.4.
Let's
No, they're
begin
going past
version
3.4. That's
3.4.
really cool. It gives
See
me more
there.
time to save up
Hope you'll stay the
summoning
night.
currency and summon for them.
Bye-bye.
And also the like nearly guaranteed Archer Lycone is also really cool. Bye guys. Albert looking badass. Really, really fun, man. I mean, just I love Wolf, but not right now. Wow. Super fun, super exciting. I mean, I cannot say it enough. Like, I legitimately thought we would never get another collaboration in Hoyoverse ever again. Like, after the Horizon Zero Dawn collab with Genshin and how uninspiring it was, I was just like, we're not doing it again. And then when rumors started being floated around that Star Rail was going to do a collab, I was like, oh, well, it's going to be something similar, right? I was joking about like The Last of Us and God of War, but like it was going to be, I just thought it was going to be something pretty meh. But then like, it was like fake collab. Like the leaks started to come out, like the rumors started to come out, and it was like fake collab. I was like, there's no fucking way. there's no way they're gonna collab with Fate. Like I thought maybe they would collab with another gacha game, like, but not something quite as big as Fate. You know, Fate Go is like the gacha game. You know what I mean? And when it got announced, I mean, I was just like in such like shock, and like now seeing it actually materialize into, you know, this event or these two events, and for it to come out in less than 2 weeks, I mean, it is going to be something so fun. It's going to be such an experience, and having it coincide with a character as exciting and as hyped as Phainon, right? And given how the story is currently in such an energetic climax state, I mean, this to me at the moment, 3.4 feels more like the anniversary than 3.2. I'm sorry. Like, I love you, Castris, and the anniversary was really exciting too, and the event that they had was super fun as well. But this is crazy. This is like some of the most exciting times that Star Wars has ever had. So really cool stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go back and we're gonna watch this trailer again. So we're gonna watch it through entirely again, and then we'll go back frame by frame. Because holy shit, there's a lot. To me, this is a foreshadowing. This is a foreshadowing of the fact that Amphorius is a simulation. Sponsored by Lady Aglaia is also pretty interesting. Well, her power is like internet, isn't it? Yeah, see, the Trailblazer is with Phainon this time in this shot. Heidi's Elysia. What a shot. Cyrene. The rest of the Chrysos heirs. Oh, I'm excited to listen to this. Damn, dude. There's a swarm, which is interesting. Man, they did such a good job with their models, Saber and archers. Okay, more swarm. So they're the black flip. Was that Lancer there with Boot Hill? Their Aventry. Oh my god, dude. Wait, did we see? Hey, welcome in. What is that's Lygus, and he's like, that's the Flame Reaver unmapped. Oh my god. Okay, so welcome on in, M. Shalom Corona. It's been a while. I think last time you were in, was it with 3.2 or was it Zenless? I don't remember. But we just watched all the live streams, so that was my second time viewing the trailer. And yeah, Phainon is fucking crazy. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go through this frame by frame, because there's a lot of stuff that not a lot of stuff, but there are some key things that they showed. Also, I have to assume that the reason that the version trailer is in Japanese is because they are very clearly, I think, probably still dealing with the, effects of the voice actor strike, but also because I do think they're fully committing to the Japanese voices for Saber and Archer. Because they didn't announce English voice in the live stream for them. So I think if they were going to be in Japanese for the version trailer, let's make everyone Japanese, right? So yeah, it's been a while. Exciting stuff. Unfortunately, you're catching the tail end of the stream, but we'll keep going for just a little bit longer. So yeah, interesting. In 3.3, Phainon entered the Vortex of Genesis on his own, and he had the conversation with Lygus on his own. And obviously Cyrene came there at the end, right? This time, the Trailblazer seems to be entering with Phainon, which adds more weight to the theory of what Albert was saying later in the stream, that the scene that we saw at the end of 3.3 with Phainon and Lygus, and where Phainon's name is blacked out, that might not have been the Phainon that we know. That could have been another time or another cycle. Who knows? Like this scene right here, this could be the kind of the Phainon that we know. So I'm excited to see what they're doing with this. Hyacinth was very peak. Highest Cinema is the way I like to call her now. God, 3.3 was amazing. Corona, like what a story patch. And then so Ideas Elysiae here is very cool. Obviously, I think this is gonna be some like flashback scene, or maybe it's a Trailblazer going back in time using his powers of Orynyx. And then you can kind of see Phainon kind of like seeing the Black Tide and the invasion of Ideas Elysiae. That's going to be cool to see. Ideas Elysiae looks beautiful. It genuinely looks like a Genshin world. We can fast forward this. It's just Phainon doing Phainon things. He looks absolutely insane. I don't know how they're going to top this. Then we transition to the Holy Grail War. There's what's his name? Yodi? I think it's Yodi. The Swarm being here is interesting. I don't know how the Swarm is going to play into the Holy Grail War. They're here. It is what it is. But yeah, Saber and Archer look amazing. Their models look incredible. Archer going to be a little bit darker skinned. I'm not going to lie. The whitewashing is something very real, but it is what it is. So here's when the trailer starts getting exciting. Yeah, there's the classic like backflip that he did in his fight against Lancer. The same almost the same exact like cinematography. Then more Swarm. That is Lancer with Booty Hill. Like, that is him. I can't believe I didn't notice him the first time around. I noticed him later, but I didn't notice him in this shot. And then Aventurine on his own, which is interesting. And then Lygus being like cut. That is very robotic of him. So he is robotic. I mean, we assume for the longest time, I think most of us assumed that he was robotic in nature. But his head comes off either through Phainon or what seems to be the Flame Reaver. What the fuck is happening here? Like, number one, why are we with Phainon? Right? That's number one. And number two, what the fuck happened to Don Hung? You know what I mean? Why is he showing up in the Vortex of Genesis? Is Don Hung good? Is he all right? Like, what timeline is this? What cycle is this? This is very different from what we saw at the end of 3.3. And then so Phainon, they clash. He clashes with the Flame Reaver. And yeah, I mean, here we go. Here it is. Not very surprising. You can kind of see it even. That's the Flame Reaver has white hair. And it's the same color as Phainon. Or Phainon, sorry. The pronunciation seems to be Phainon. But that doesn't look like his hair. It's longer and more not as spiky. So maybe that adds credence to the theory that this is not necessarily Phainon, but a previous version of Phainon. So a lot of us said, this is Phainon, or like this could be Chaos, right? Chaos that we learned about in 3.1 or 3.2, basically the previous version of Phainon from the cycle with Circes and Pelixia and Nias. This could be him, because that is not the same hair. That is longer hair with a different curve down the line. But yeah, it looks like him and the current Phainon clash, revealing his mask. Trailblazer powering up. Oh, this is back to the Fate collab. Saber versus Lancer. Oh, Lancer looks really good. I love his outfit. Wait, they need to make him playable. Why is my hair doing this? They need to make him. They're not going to design a whole nice model for Lancer and just not make him playable. Maybe in the future, we'll have another Fate collab. Like a year from now. Maybe they like renew the collab. And they add in Lancer and like, who else would be cool to add in? Like, I'm thinking of like, what other like popular like Fate characters they could add in. The obvious answer is Gilgamesh, right? Just obvious. So maybe they add in Gilgamesh and Lancer. Yeah, really cool stuff. Lancer looks really cool. Saber looks really good. They're doing, I think that's Aventurine in the background there with Boot Hill. Let's take a look. Damn. Yeah, Boot Hill. I think that's Aventurine and Saber. Aventurine is in his pot. He uses Cornerstone. Cornerstone? Is that what it's called? I forget. Interesting. Wow. Damn. So there's gonna be emanator levels of power. This looks like to me, based on his reaction, as the current cycle or the current timeline Phainon. He reaches Robin doing her thing, looking beautiful as always. What is this? Who is this? That is let's zoom in. That's Archer. Okay, so now those are just the other because Saber's up there, okay. Archer and Saber fighting. Lygus still observing. Oh, that's the Flame Reaver and Phainon again. And it looks like he's stabbing the Flame Reaver in a certain way. Very cool. And then Phainon, oh my god. No, let's take a look at that again. No. This is absolute batshit insane, dude. So it looks like Phainon here starts the Era Nova after the clash with the Flame Reaver. He transforms. Oh my god. What a shot, dude. This, if he really is the Lord Ravager, this is a Lord Ravager. You know what I mean? That, wow. And I saw this number, but it never really meant a lot to me. But now I'm thinking that this could be, this could be the number of cycles Amphorius has gone through. Why is my hair still doing this? In that case, at the very least, we've had 21 million, right? 43,640 cycles in Amphorius. Imagine if that's what this number was. That'd be crazy. Phainon would have been through 20 million cycles. Amazing trailer. Really cool stuff. I mean, it looks like we're picking right back up from how amazing 3.3 was, and 3.4 is going to be equally as incredible. At least I hope it is. Unfortunately, we didn't see some of the things that I wanted to see. We didn't see Sunday. We didn't see in a similar vein, we didn't see Himiko or Welt. So unfortunate. I hope that they're keeping them, secret from the trailer because they're going to show up at the end or something. Because I think it's been too long since I do think it's been too long to have those three out of the story, especially Sunday. Like, you can't have Sunday, come on board the Astral Express, hint that he's going to join the Astral Express, like, full time, and not have him immediately involved in the story, right? So to me, a little bit of a writing misstep. I think they should have brought him with Don Hung and the Trailblazer to Amphorius, but whatever. So maybe they show up, maybe they don't. We'll see, right? But yeah, aside from that, trailer was incredible. Another thing that I would like to talk about. So the rest of the live stream was really, really fun. This animated short is going to be absolute peak. I mean, given the fact of how hyped up Phainon has been as a character, this is going to be like an animated short on the level of Firefly, on the level of Castris, on the level of Akron and Jingyan and Don Hong Il, right? This is going to be a full-length animated short with gorgeous animation. It's going to be incredible. I'm excited for it. I wonder, like I said earlier, if this is going to be embedded within the story of 3.4, because if it is, I kind of want to wait to react to the animated short then. I would rather see the animated short within the story rather than watching it on YouTube. But we'll see. I don't know. They didn't really confirm anything like that. Phainon's animations are amazing. We reacted to them already. And here we go. So, many of you all know, in my imaginary audience, Corona, you might know this as well. I think I explained this to you, that Firefly is not just my favorite Star Rail character. She is one of my favorite video game characters ever, just of all time. And so I have a very large inherent bias towards Firefly. Anything Firefly related, I am obligated to love. And so here's my stance on the skin. I love the skin. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks great on her. I think from a thematic perspective, from a writing perspective, it makes sense because she wanted to be like a normal girl, and this is kind of a reflection of that, right? I think the skin is well made. All those things are true. Having said that, at the same time, I also believe the skin is fairly bland and not up to par for what it's going to cost, which is anticipated to be $30. I think if you're going to create a skin for not just a Hoyoverse, for if you're going to make a skin for one of your characters, it should be, I think, specialized in some way. It should be something that is worth the amount of money that you're going to spend. And to me, this is very cool and I love it. And I think it looks great on her and I'm going to buy it without hesitation. But it's too similar to her current outfit, right? Thematically, and from a writing perspective, it makes sense. Sorry if I'm not writing, I'm cooking. It's all good, Corona. I'm just happy you're here. It's good to see you again. And cook away. Cook away. No worries at all. I'm just currently both roasting and appreciating the Firefly skin. Well, okay, so long story short, I love the skin personally. From a subjective perspective, I think it's great on her and I'm excited to purchase it. However, from an objective perspective, I don't think this is a very good skin. I think they should have gone with something different. A lot of people have been saying they should have used the Stellaron outfit skin. So this one, I think it's like maybe just suit would be better. This one. A lot of people are saying they should have used this skin. I would have loved that. I think this would have been a better choice for a skin. Other people are saying they should have used like the this skin right here, her Under Armour suit. That would have been another fantastic choice. I think each one of those choices would have made a better skin than this. Again, I love the skin. Visually, I love it. I think it looks great on her. And from a thematic and writing perspective, it makes sense as well. But I think they should have gone more out of the box. Yeah, and also, yeah, so they did change Sam a bit. The pigment on his armor is different. Again, same deal. I think it looks really nice. I think it's well made and well executed, but it should have been something cooler. It should have been nothing more. It should have been something more specialized, more unique. A lot of people have said it should have been. Hold on. Firefly Sam. I'm trying to find the red one. So like maybe from here, maybe we can see. Yeah. A lot of people should have said it should have been this, Maybe they would have added a different type of the Sam suit from one of the other clones of the Iron Cavalry from her Myriad Celestia trailer. And they said that this would have been, and better. And I agree. Like Sam, both Sam and Firefly, I think look really good. And I think within the game, they're going to look good. And I think it makes sense thematically again. But I just think if you're going to make a skin and you're going to charge $30 for it, you have to go above and beyond. You have to do something unique, something specialized. And I think they already had designs and options to work with. Like they could have easily taken designs that already existed, like we just showed, and used those instead. And I think the reception would have been much more positive. And so that's my opinion. Both things can be true. I can love and appreciate the skin and purchase it, while at the same time criticize it for its inherent conception and idea. So, love you, Firefly. I love you, and I wish they would have done better for you. And something else I want to talk about. I briefly mentioned this. I want to show the page here. Here we go. Perfect. This will work. So another thing I need to criticize the Star Rail team and Hoyoverse on. So they're releasing new 4-star light cones, right? And really nice, because the more Lycones we have in the game that are 4-star, the better. Because we need more options to be able to put on characters if we're not going to summon their signature Lycone, right? Just so more Lycones, regardless if they're free or not. Good stuff. And so they've designed this set of Lycones for us. It's basically every Chrysos heir that we have currently, known and released, is getting a Lycone, a 4-star Lycone that's kind of dedicated to them. So you can see Hyacinth here, right? That's Phainon, that's Triby, Cypher, etc. So Mighty has one. And Exagris, he has one as well. Here's where I have to criticize Hoyo and the Star Rail team. Every single Chrysos heir has one of these Lycones, except for Aglaya. Why the fuck not? What is the logic and reasoning behind that? Like, they have a Lycone that would theoretically, quote unquote, could have used for Aglaya, but for whatever reason they decided to do Kid Aventurine instead. Like, this is Aventurine. Like, Aventurine is in the middle of my screen right now, flanked by 2 Chrysos heirs on either side. Why on earth is that the case? Like, it's a bit frustrating, right? Imagine being an Aglaya man, like Aglaya being your favorite character. She is one of my favorite characters. That's why I'm as frustrated as I am. But like, imagine Aglaya being your favorite character, and the faction that she's a part of all get unique 4-star Lycone art for them, except for her. Like, why? And I don't understand the logic of reasoning. Like, the only thing I can think of is like some way, somehow, Aventurine is like related to Aglaya in some way. Like, maybe they're brother and sister. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of. But like, what? Like, maybe because it's a preservation Lycone. Don't give me that bullshit. The paths haven't mattered for a long time. The paths have not mattered for a long time. You could have made this preservation and put like, who's the Chrysos heir that would probably be closest to preservation? Like, maybe Triby. I don't know. Or Mighty, because he's immortal, right? In my opinion, what matters more here is not, being loyal or being consistent with your gameplay element. If you're gonna make specific 4-star Lycone art for each one of the Chrysos heirs except for Aglaya, that to me, that's almost disrespectful. You find a way to give her a Lycone art alongside the rest of the Chrysos heirs, and just deal with the fact that one of them is going to be preservation. So when I found this out, I was a bit frustrated on behalf for all the Aglaya mains out there, because like, Aglaya has consistently been done dirty in certain ways, in my opinion. I think 3.4, 3.3 did a lot to make her to give her like screen time and appreciation as a character. Thank God, because I was getting a bit frustrated with the way they were treating her character. But it's to me, the reason why this frustrates me so much is because as a Firefly main, Firefly being my favorite character, I have to acknowledge the fact that she is given a lot of favoritism. Like, she just is. I mean, she is Star Rail's most popular character, right? So it makes sense why they would invest so much time and effort into her, because she makes money. She brings in the player base, and it just makes sense, right? But at the same time, favoritism needs to be balanced in some way, right? You need to show and invest time and effort into other characters. Otherwise, you're going to alienate your player base. And to me, this is another blatant show of favoritism. The fact that every single Chrysos heir is getting a 4-star Lycone art, except the Aglaya. It's a bit frustrating. So, yeah, just that's my stance on it. That's my stance on the skin. That's my stance on this. Moving on to something else that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot, so I kind of want to find it here. Oh, now I remember. I remember what I wanted to talk about, because it's really exciting. So thankfully, yeah, we get a free archer. We've known this for a while. Those of us that keep up with leaks, this is really cool, super awesome. And we also get the materials to upgrade to level 60. That's also really nice. A little bit of stamina saved, right? This is fucking awesome. Holy shit. So not only are Saber and Archer going to stay past 3.4, but past potentially even 3.5 and 3.6. Like supposedly their banners are going to be up for a while, like for months. So it gives you more time to save, more time to summon for them. So pretty much more chance, higher chance to get these two characters because they're probably not going to come back. But not only that, we also get a special pity system for Archer's Light Cone. And I feel like given the fact of how many people are going to summon on Phainon, on Sunday, on Tribby, on Saber, on Archer, on Firefly for her new skin, right? If you don't already have Firefly, you're going to reach this number pretty easily unless you get lucky. And if you get lucky, that's better than getting a guaranteed 5-star Lycone, right? So the fact that they're basically not only saying, hey, we're gonna give you more time to summon for Saber and Archer, but also we're gonna give you Archer for free. And if you play the game enough and you summon enough, we're also gonna give you Archer's Lycone for free, giving you a character essentially fully kitted out, unless his Eidolons are necessary. But I haven't taken a look at his Eidolons. So yeah, you're basically, if you summon enough in 3.4, you're gonna get Archer fully kitted out, himself and his Lycone. That's fucking awesome. That's really cool. I did not know this was a thing. So good on them. I think this is a great decision. So yeah, great stuff. And obviously all the Fate events that they're going to have is going to be really awesome. The Holy Grail War and the Fate Stay Night event, they're really cool. Your plans are to pull for Phainon, his Lycone, Sunday, his Lycone, and try to pull Sparkle Chew for Archer. if you get lucky, Corona, I think you're still gonna hit 200 because that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 stars you're gonna have to pull. Good luck, my friend. You're gonna need it. But yeah, I honestly might want to pull for Sparkle too, because Archer's team is gonna be Sparkle, Tribby, and then probably Sustain, right? And if I will for sure get to 200. So I'm gonna have Archer and his Lycone. So depending on how good Archer is, I kind of want Sparkle so that I can have his full team. Yeah, you hope. Hey man, you and me both, because I'm going for Phainon, maybe his Lycone, not decided yet, but I'm also probably gonna go for Saber, and I'm gonna try to go for Tribby as well. So that's 3 5-stars at least, and if I get Phainon's Lycone, that's 4. And more importantly, Corona, and also, actually, I wanted to talk about this at the end of the stream, and I almost forgot. So thank God we're having this conversation, Corona. You saved me. You know what? I was gonna go on Twitter, but I think I'm still on my personal. Not only am I gonna summon for potentially 4 or 5 stars in 3.4. I'm summoning for Hycelins because if you keep up with leaks, you know what she does, and I have to have her because of the fact that Kafka and Black Swan are some of my favorite characters. So I'm going to summon for Hycelins. But more importantly, this is, and I'm not joking, Saridra might be my favorite design in the game. I fucking love Saridra's design. I mean, look at her. Oh, wrong one. Her design is so good. Why can't I zoom in? I just love the color scheme. And yeah, she just looks so majestic, but the hair, the clothing design, the color schematic, the kind of like her like chest theme, everything about this character is just, in my opinion, just suits her so well and suits my preferences so well. And obviously, rumors are also, if you keep up with leaks, she's gonna be the best in slot support for Phainon. And so I have to summon for her as well. If I was gonna summon on her regardless, if she had this design. But wow, look how good she looks. And I have been excited for Saridra for a while. Ever since we saw her kind of design here and also her portfolio. Yeah, like this portfolio art. I've been excited for this character, and for her design to surpass my expectations. I mean, just so I'm summoning for Phainon, I'm summoning for Saber, I'm summoning for potentially Tribby, for potentially Phainon's Lycone, and for both Saradra and Hysolence. Lord help me and my wallet, because I am screwed. I am screwed. Thank God the fake collab is gonna last as long as it has, as long as it's going to. Oh man, they need to stop coming up with good characters, Mero. I can't keep up. Please give me some shitty characters to summon for. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you. Hey, you can't be talking. You can't be. You need to wish yourself luck, my friend. You're summoning for light cones and sparkle. you need all the luck you can get. And who knows? Maybe I'll want to get sparkle too. I don't want to think about it, man. They're gonna leave it. They are gonna leave us dry. They're gonna leave it. Thankfully, I've got a decent amount of currency saved up, and right now my pity is at like 40 because I tried to like just like full odds pull not Hyacinth, Hyacinth and Cypher. Didn't get lucky, so I have pity built up on main banner, so I'm gonna be able to get Phainon pretty early if I win 50-50. So that's pretty nice. But man, holy shit, Star Rail really bleeding our wallets dry. Let's close out of these tabs. Oh, wrong one. Actually, we can go ahead and switch over to the overlay. All right, so 3.4 live stream. Really fun as always. Super exciting trailer. Fake collab looks amazing. The reveals that they made also super cool. The fact that the banners are going to stay past 3.4 and a pretty much guaranteed Archer Lycone is also really nice. So Star Rail, probably the most exciting it's been since Penacony, to be honest. Because like I said earlier, I think this is more anniversary than 3.2 was, to be honest. So really exciting stuff for 3.4. It's going to be a version for the ages. And as always, we will be pretty much on the story as soon as it comes out. So in moments like these, I'm glad I left so much content undone so I can use it to get passes. Absolutely. I am jealous of you because you can just play through the game and get summoning currency if you need to. In my case, I simply need to use my wallet. And so that is not very good. So good for you. But yeah, we will be doing the 3.4 story as soon as it comes out. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, the next time you'll see me will be on Wednesday when we will be summoning for Jufufu on Zenless Zone 0. That'll be exciting, so please come and hang out for that. Corona and everyone in my imaginary audience, hope to see you there. And then after Wednesday, we will continue with Zenless Zone 0 for a few days until the following week when 3.4 comes out, and we will be able to dive in deep there. So super fun stuff. You don't have to show up, Corona. I was just referring to you because you're the only one in chat currently. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday and have a good start to your week. I will see you guys Wednesday, probably afternoon. We'll see. I'll post it on Twitter, but it'll be Wednesday for sure. Thank you guys so much. As always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace, Slate.